Yeah, can you see me?
Yes, sir, I can see you now.
Have you gone through the paper?
Yes, sir, I finished going through the paper.
So you have seen what all things I have written over there?
Yes, sir. I think I have some problems with the science issue, how it is related to sociology, and I think I'm poor in how I am writing the conclusions.
Yeah, your conclusion. Generally, what I feel is your writing is good. Writing, there is no problem. Some content-wise, there is a problem, and in some cases, you have good content also, but the presentation style is a problem,
Okay, sir.
and the way you're concluding is also a problem. Apart from that, in between the contents that you're writing, it's fine.
Okay.
Okay, so content-wise, I think you have done well preparation. Where you have done your sociology? Okay, so you attended from there only.
Yeah, I attended. Yes, sir, I attended the classes from there.
Okay, so actually, the content-wise, I'm okay with the content, but the presentation style we need to change. With over a period of time, it can change, not a problem. But conclusion, especially, you need to be very careful.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'll take your paper and we'll see if you have any problem with any of my explanation. We will discuss over there. Let me see your paper. Okay, 1 minute. Just hold on.
Okay.
Okay. What was the first question? First question was related to related to emergence, but it is based on rationality and scientific temper, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
here, when you're starting this question, anything related to emergence, we are period, right? Age of Enlightenment, Renaissance period, and you have done exactly the same. But before that, briefly talk about Dark Ages. That's what I've mentioned as the first point.
Yes, sir.
Okay, one or two line you can talk about, like what was the mindset of the people, what was the mindset of the, the rulers, the political aristocracy. They were engaged in wars, unmindful of the plight of the people. And the church preached excessive reliance on religion and very orthodox religious and political worldview with the people. So it based on agriculture, feudal estate system. So one or two point you can mention, and then you start with modernity. Okay. Then
Okay.
in those dimensions, you can write political dimension. The most important change is democracy.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
And basically, when we talk about modernity, no, you have to mention initially when you talk about modernity, you have to talk about the positives of modernity. Actually, modernity is considered as something which is very highly desirable. Okay, and because it is going to change the life of the people. 1 second, Pawan. Change it or no? Okay, Pawan, basically here you need to talk more positives in the beginning. Then it comes along with a lot of challenges. So you can say modernity was considered as something which is very highly desirable because we are coming from the dark ages. The medieval Europe actually went through dark ages and coming from modernity. So social side you talk about positives also in the beginning, but then you can talk about negatives later. It came to be associated with large number of social problems. Then you can write crimes emerged, nuclear families emerged. Okay, then all the slums emerged, and people working in poor conditions. All those things as the negative you can write later.
Yes, sir. That was a
Then
gap in
there
my
are
understanding.
then there are problems. So anything when you're writing, you should write the positive first. But here you are only focusing on negative.
Yes, sir.
And then you need to also mention about intellectual dimension. That is more required here. Okay, you basically talked about Auguste Comte, but nothing else is there. You need to talk about Saint Simon. Saint Simon even thought of social physics similar to natural science.
Yes, sir.
That is his concept is based on rationality and scientific temper. Okay, so this I think you have mentioned about Comte and organismic analogy, Herbert Spencer. You also need to talk about certain other aspects like positivism. I have explained here. You need to talk about Durkheim's concept, Durkheim's attempt to study in a more scientific way by using quantitative method. One of the example. You can write many other things from the thinkers. Okay.
Yes, sir.
But most importantly, what I want to tell you is okay. The content wise and all is good, but you need to write this in this 2 pages. Beyond this, it should not go. Then you will suffer. You will not be able to complete the paper.
Yes, sir. I
So
found
this
it.
extra which you have written, which is going to compromise you in some other answer.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you need to be careful when you're writing this. It has to be, if it is 10 mark, it has to be, you should not go beyond 2 pages at any cost. Even
Okay,
if you have extra content, don't go, because you need to compromise on some other answer. So that is what I want to tell here. Apart from that, the answer is good. Second one, what was the question?
It was
Ethnomethodology and phenomenology as critique to positivism, right?
yes, sir.
Okay, so here what I have encircled here is you have written sociology followed additional features. Do you think these are additional features compared to positivism?
No, but that was a gap in my understanding, sir. I think the
Yeah,
right
that was
word is
not additional.
modified.
Positivism, when we talk about original positivism, positivism is all about objectivity, positivism is all about scientific method, positivism is all about universal theories and testing and prediction. That's what positivism. But when it comes to sociology, we are making some modifications. So actually, we are compromising on all these aspects in sociology. Even the initial positivist also compromised.
Yes, sir.
And later positivists like Weber, Mead, and phenomenologists obviously there is nothing related to positivism. In Mead and Weber, some element of positivism is there because they are stressing on objectivity and they are stressing on scientific study.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so additional features don't write, they have modified over positivism. That is what you can write. Okay. Then interpretive school, you have written subjective study of subjective reality. Okay, that you have written objective understanding of subjective reality in case of Weber. You can also add subjective study of subjective reality when we talk about phenomenology and ethnomethodology.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I hope you understood. That is self-explanatory, right?
Yeah, self-explanatory, sir.
And
That's fine.
then whenever you are writing, don't just write Garfinkel. Completely write the name, Harold Garfinkel.
Forgot
That
actually.
is very bad. That is derogatory.
Yes, sir.
At least when you write for the first time this name, you need to write Harold Garfinkel. Second time onwards, you can write Garfinkel.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Then he uses the method. This method is required. You need to mention what is that concept. Ethnomethodology basically uses method of accounts. That is what the stories people tell in the daily life, and based on that, an ethnomethodologist will understand things. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, non-positivism is not popular today.
Yes, sir. The conclusion was very bad. I understood.
Okay, conclusion was actually very bad. What I'm saying is, you need to bring something, if possible, in paper one, especially in first 3 chapters, bring some fingers and conclude. Okay, so now we use both approach, like positivism, non-positivism, as per the requirement of the research. We use micro-macro integration. See, if you are following positivism, you are studying external reality. So you are ignoring internal aspects, micro. And if you are following non-positivism, you are studying internal aspects and you are ignoring macro aspects. So both need to be taken into consideration in the study. That's what Parsons is saying. So
Yes,
you can
sir.
see here Parsons' approach is an integrated approach. That is a nowadays that we are following that integrated approach. Okay.
Yes.
So that should be your conclusion.
Sir, one question. I think the question which was specifically asked was examine how these phenomenologists and ethnomethodologists, how are they critiquing the positivism? So should we write that in the conclusion about the theories of Parsons here?
Yeah, you can basically you need to write about the criticisms, and finally even post non-positivism also you need to write at least one line. You need to write by saying that even non-positivism is also not the complete understanding of reality.
Okay, sir, got it.
Okay, then only even the question is, for example, when we talk about theories of stratification, you have functional theory and conflict theory. Even
Yes,
if the question is asked about functional theory, you have to mention about conflict theory towards the end. Otherwise, the answer is not complete.
yes, sir.
So here you will write as a critique to positivism, and what you have written is correct. And to see what is the main criticism? Positivism is the partial understanding of society. That is the main criticism, right?
Yes, sir.
And stress on objectivity, etc., is not possible. That's the second most criticism. But
Yes.
towards the end, what you need to say is even non-positivism also is facing some problem. It is not again complete understanding. So what we need is a integrated approach. One line, that's enough.
Okay, sir.
Okay, I'm not saying that you need to different. Even here also there are some problems. That also you can conclude. That also you can say, so you're not biased.
Okay, sir.
Okay, like that only I've told you.
Okay.
Okay. Then variables, I don't think I need any explanation here. This is a very simple question, direct question. Okay,
Yeah,
there is no
straightforward.
explanation, there is nothing, and it's okay. Next one. What is that next one? Sociology is preeminently the study of modern society.
Modern
Yes.
society.
Yeah. I think you have written it well here. Sociology emerged in response of challenges and social changes, and to study modernity. Those arguments are correct only. See, here it's not actors. It is better to write actions. Sociology is studying social action,
Okay.
not social actors. Actors are part of the action. So according to Weber, sociologists should study social action and thereby arrive at an explanation of cause and effect. He's not saying study the actor.
Okay.
He's saying study the action by understanding the meaning attached by the actor to his action.
Okay, sir.
Thereby you can arrive at an explanation of cause and effect. This actor you should not write. It will be better if, even if you're writing actor, I can understand, the examiner can understand what you mean to say, but it is better to write social action.
Sir, but I think the subject matter is actor also, no, sir?
Social action is the subject matter for sociology according to Weber.
Okay.
Okay, social action is the subject matter, and you need to study the meanings attached by the actor to the action.
Okay, sir.
You are studying actor for what purpose? Just to get the meaning. Social
Yes.
action is important. Action is important.
Yes, sir. Action is more important than act. Got it.
Yeah. And social facts also you need to add here.
Yes, sir. I think the question was not straightforward, so I couldn't spend much time on
It
thinking.
was actually a previous year question only.
Yeah.
And here, I think more things you need to add. You have written scope is limitless, but I think only very less you have written here. You didn't have content for this particular one, right?
Yes, sir. I didn't have
So
content.
basically, you cannot prepare for these kinds of questions, but you need to be in a position to write with the content that you already have. Like you can add examples like sociology is now studying all these new social changes, new social structure. That means change. Preeminently the study of modern society. In modern society, what all changes are happening, everything is now in the subject matter of sociology. For example, I've written here clinical sociology, criminal sociology, sociology of health. The scope of sociology is widening. So you
Yes,
can
sir.
actually incorporate everything. And in fact, you have written few contents like this in your comparison with some economy or something like that. You have written very good. So that could have been added here. That also could have been added here.
Yes, sir. That was a good addition. Thank you.
Yeah, you need to add contents. Whatever you know, you need to add. So you need to talk about study on social structure, the change in social structure. Okay. Social structure means all these things are changing because of modernity only.
Yes, sir.
Social movements, everything you can mention.
Okay.
Then here common sense. No? Next question. Is sociology common sense? Yeah, this is good. But you need to write. You have only here what you. This is a biased answer. Okay. Even though see what we are talking about in sociology, you should not be biased. There should not be any personal bias. So here you can see a sociologist bias here. You are trying to say that only sociology is supreme, right? That is what reflected here. And you have written the differences by propagating, by saying that only sociology is having everything good, and you are not even talking anything about common sense. So
yes, sir. Actually,
yeah, here,
the subject matter of sociology is from common sense.
Yeah, even subject matter. When you start with the research, you need common sense. Even to select the topic, you need common sense. As a sociologist without common sense, can you imagine? So common sense is actually the basic of everything. Okay, so there is no point in judging the relative superiority or inferiority. That should be your conclusion.
Yes, sir.
Both are complementary. Both are complementary, not contradictory. We should not say so sociology is supreme or anything. Both are complementary. Both are required. We cannot actually judge what is superior, what is inferior.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that should be a better conclusion. I'm again stressing on this point. Your conclusion part is the most important problem. Otherwise, it's fine.
Yes, sir.
Content-wise, you are not facing much problem. And see, not only you, every student who's studying sociology, they will have content. Anyway, you are ready to cover the syllabus, you're attending classes, everybody have the content.
Yeah.
The way you present is what matters, no?
Yes, sir.
So here the problem is with the presentation, the contents that you know, even you are not able to write it properly in the paper.
Okay.
Okay, so these things, better examples I have given, but whatever you have given us is fine. Okay, write the similarities also here. Common sense also having certain similarities with sociology, or sociology draws from common sense. You need to write that also. So when you are talking about this particular answer, what is common sense, what is sociology, what are the differences, what are the similarities, then conclusion. That should be the right method. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now here comparison between anthropology. What is this?
Social studies.
Changing equations. Huh? Changing equations of discipline of sociology with other social sciences. Okay. This will be an easy question for you. I don't think any problem here. Yes. Yeah, right. Yeah, here. This one. I hope you understood this. What I want to say here.
I was on the wrong.
You can write a very beautiful answer if you can connect like this.
Yes, sir.
Right? If you write from thinkers, Weber and Mead, they are talking about internal meanings. I mean emotions, and that is connected to psychology directly. So you can make that interlinkage. When we talk about Durkheim theory of suicide is connected to psychology, right?
Yes, sir.
Before Durkheim took up the analysis, it was suicide is something which is considered a psychology-related problem, but now it is social. Similarly, division of labor was considered as something which is economy. It improved production, productivity, etc. But now it is social. After Durkheim took up the analysis, religion was something which is considered as philosophy. Now it is part of sociology, and you can mix Marx also. Here in this side, I have talking about Marx. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So I hope you understood.
Yes, sir.
Whatever you have written, everybody will just write like that. When you don't have the content, you will write those kind of things. But when you have the content, and all these things you already know, all these theories you have studied.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so write like that. Then
Okay.
what is the next question?
Examine the basic postulates of positivism and post-positivism.
Yeah, this will be very easy. You need to tell what is positivism. Post-positivism include everything, not only non-positivism. Post-positivism include Weber, Mead, Alfred Schutz, Harold Garfinkel. That means interactionism. You have written that. You have written about interactionism. You have written about phenomenology, ethnomethodology, and then after that also, mixing of approach. Everything is coming in post-positivism. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So here naturalism, empiricism, inductivism, all these are fine. So here also you are making that same point. That's why I have written here. These are not additional features. These are basic features of positivism.
I wasn't aware of that term post-positivism. It was the first time I was listening to it.
No. Post-positivism all related to interactionism, non-positivism. These perspective only post-positivism.
Yes,
I am talking about positivism here. You have written these points as in addition to positivism. You have written. That's a mistake.
Yeah.
Before also I have told you this.
Yeah.
Scientific methods is essential for positivism. Okay. Objectivity, reliability, all these are essential.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Weber, okay, correct interpretation. You can mention about Mead also there. When you talk about Weber, you also need to talk about Mead. Interactionism.
Yeah.
And when you're talking about Weber and Mead, tell that here also there is an element of positivism. Because
Yes.
we are talking about post-positivism. So still, even though there is a deviation in subject matter, when it comes to Weber and Mead, what is the subject matter? Internal aspects.
Yes.
There is an element of positivism. How? Because you're studying objectively. Okay. Then this Garfinkel, I've told you this point again already. See, I have written here Weber is positivist in terms of methodology and non-positivist in terms of subject matter. You understood that?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. So no need to explain, no?
No need.
Then you can finally talk about all these new approaches like mixed approach by Parson, middle range theory by Merton. He integrated approach of micro macro. Karl Popper inductive deductive approach combination, C. Wright Mills scientific humanist right approach. All these things you can mention towards the end in the conclusion. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So conclusion should be like more value addition should be there in the conclusion. You need to make the conclusion proper. Otherwise, body it's okay. It's almost fine. What is the next question? Economic and political science. Okay, okay.
Short note on
So
relationship.
here, write short note on sociology and its relationship with economy and political science.
Political science.
So here also, if you see economy and political science, whenever you see sociology and economy, what should come to your mind? You should get division of labor theory.
Yes, sir.
Division of labor is a classical example that you can make comparison, and you can talk about Marx, you can talk about Durkheim, and not only historical materialism. Historical materialism is all about division of labor only. Okay, you need to bring more Durkheim than
Yes.
Marx. Marx is also fine, but Durkheim was a pure sociologist, no?
Yes, sir.
Marx is not a pure sociologist. Durkheim was a pure sociologist. So you should be talking about Durkheim. And when you talk about political side, you can talk about Parsons, you can talk about Weber, and all those thinkers that you're studying in the chapter of politics and society. You can write there.
Yes, sir.
You can write that concepts of variable sum concept and constant sum product. All these ideas you can briefly mention. Okay. Like
Okay.
sociology also studies the pressure groups, political parties, voting behavior. That's fine. But economy, whenever you see, you should be talking about division of labor. You should be talking about Durkheim. You should be talking about Marx.
Okay, sir.
And if you want, you can also talk about Protestant ethic and spirit of capitalism. Weber. That is also connected to capitalism. That is also having something to do with economy. How capitalism emerged, right?
Yes.
How capitalism is emerged is a theory. It should have been understood in economy also, and in sociology, Weber also understood in a different way.
Yes.
You got the idea. You can make a comparison now.
Yeah.
Okay. What is next one?
Is sociology a
Sociology
science?
science. So this will be a very easy question. So initial sociologists wanted to make it similar to natural science, and you have written here more of a methodology today. Rather than that, you can write in this way. Science is understood more in terms of method of inquiry rather than body of knowledge. Okay. Now, here, intersubject reliability, theory formulation, objectivity, quantifiability, testability, all these are fine. Now, what you need to do is you need to write, the question is what? Is sociology science? So, write arguments in favor of each and everything. Take each and every point. What is intersubject reliability? What is theory formulation? At least one line you tell. Intersubject reliability is this. And sociology is showing considerable amount of intersubject reliability because the topics or the concepts defined in sociology is having the same meaning across topics. For example, family.
Yeah.
Meanings is same for all and across subjects. So intersubject reliability is there. Theory formulation in sociology, a lot of theories are there. You can quote 2 examples.
Yes.
Objectivity, absolute objectivity, we cannot ensure, but we are trying to ensure maximum possible objectivity by using methods, training of investigator. You can mention about Weber's methods, one line. Beyond that, nothing.
Yeah.
Okay. Quantifiability. So what I want to tell you is basically write one line to support all these, and then write the limitations.
Okay, sir.
Okay. For example, using scientific methods, Durkheim used statistical techniques, which is a classical exhibition of use of quantitative techniques in sociological research.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So Saint Simon, Herbert Spencer, Saint Simon's social physics, Herbert Spencer, organismic analogy, Auguste Comte, universal laws he framed. So all these are supportive argument for you. And then limitations are in the form of subjectivity and problem of quantifiability, problem of testing, etc. Limitations are there. So what you can conclude? The conclusion again is a big problem here. Yeah, Parsons theory is also facing a lot of problems. Criticism, okay, but we don't want to stress too much on criticism. Minimum criticism is enough. Now, what should be your conclusion? Conclusion, what you have written here is, today sociology has moved to purposive research and cannot consider strictly science or non-science anymore. No, that is a very bad conclusion. Sociology is a science, no doubt in that. But what we need to say, sociology is a science, but if you ask me whether it is similar to natural science, no, it is not similar to natural science. But sociology is a science because you have written before. You remember you have written here
Yeah.
that you can you see here, science is considered more a methodology.
Yeah.
So in that context, if science is based on methodology, science is based on method of inquiry rather than body of knowledge. In that context, can you say sociology is science? Because methodology is scientific in sociology. The method of inquiry is scientific. The investigation is conducted scientifically.
Yes, sir.
So sociology is science, but not similar to, you should write like this, sociology is science, but not similar to natural science. But it's a science in itself. And we call it a social science.
Yes.
If you want, you can also talk about the difference between basic subject matter. You can quote Weber. What Weber is saying, the basic differences between the subject matter. Natural science deals with matter which do not have any consciousness, whose behavior can be predicted with cause and effect relationship and objectively. Whereas sociology is dealing with human beings whose behavior cannot be predicted objectively and you cannot establish cause and effect relationship.
Yes, sir.
That could be, that is exactly your quoting Weber, no, so that will be very authentic. Ultimately, Weber, what he is proposing, you should study objectively. That means what? It's a science.
Yes, sir.
So don't say it is not science or strictly not science. Don't go with that conclusion. There's a very bad conclusion.
Yes,
This
sir.
conclusion should be fixed. Whatever I said, it should be fixed in your mind from now onwards. Sociology
Yes,
is a science, no doubt in that. But it's not similar to natural science.
Okay, sir.
Exactly like this, you need to write conclusion. Whatever arguments you want to make it, and finally you write sociology is a science, but not similar to natural science. But it's a science in itself because the method of inquiry is scientific. The investigation is done in scientific way. Evidence and reason is there. Okay, so it could be considered as scientific. And sociology is a social science.
Yes, sir.
And you can quote Weber also. The difference in subject matter you can explain there.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Non-positivist methodology is essential for understanding the human behavior. So here what you need to say is you need to talk about the limitations of positivism first, and then talk about non-positivism, then talk about few criticisms also of non-positivism. Essential for understanding human behavior in which context? Because of motives, meanings, what you have written is correct. Internal side, subjectivity is accepted. So few drawbacks of positivism you write in the introduction. That's how emergence of non-positivism, like limitations in quantitative methods, limitations in objectivity, limitations in theory building, limitations in studying only external aspects. Just write one paragraph before we start with this, and then talk about Hegel's concept. Society is all about ideas. Social change is all about ideas. Then Weber, then Mead, then phenomenology, then ethnomethodology. Then you say how the non-positivism is actually helping you to understand society, social actions, and everything in a better way.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir. Got it.
Ideas shape. Okay. Okay. More than criticism, this criticism that you have written in non-positivism, you don't want to stress on this much criticism. Because in non-positivism, nobody is asking you whether are you objective or not. In non-positivism, the non-positivists are favoring subjectivity. It's a subjective understanding of subjective reality. So here we don't want to stress on nobody is concerned about replicable analysis. It's only about understanding. 1 or 2 lines is fine, but what you're missing out is, the question is, non-positivism is actually helping you to study, so that you should focus on.
Yes, sir. Instead of these drawbacks, I should have
because you have a lot of space, and you could have written that also much more, because only you have written this much. You have only written what are the what you mean by non-positivism only, how it is helping in understanding the society. You have not mentioned. Here you have only written about what is non-positivism and what is a critic, nothing else. How is it helping? No, nothing is there. Okay, that should be there, but I'm giving you this 6 mark because content is there. But again, the presentation is not good. Conclusion is also need to be improved.
Okay, sir.
I think this right? Value and objectivity. So value, okay. Value neutrality you have written. Yeah. Without the bias. Sociologists should refrain from studying what ought to be. Rather, sociologists should study what it is. Okay. You understood what I've written here? Why? See here, I'm talking about complete. You are talking about complete objectivity, or absolute objectivity is neither possible nor desirable. The reason is the basic subject matter. I've told you the basic subject matter before. Because if you talk about natural science, you're dealing with matter. I can say what will happen if the water heat boil at 100 degrees Celsius. I can predict it, right?
Yes.
Same is not possible in case of human beings, and that's the problem. But this answer is good. Karl Popper, it's a good statement. You have written that. So I don't think any doubt there.
No doubt.
Any doubts in the next question? Here's the last one. Analyze the importance of qualitative research. Yes. Yeah, you have written well. Again, you see here, you are focusing more on criticism part. You have this much space available. You should have written what is qualitative method and what are the examples of qualitative methods. Okay.
Yes.
Weber's, Anne Oakley. Rather than talking about Anne Oakley and all, you can talk about Weber. You can talk about Mead. Verstehen, comparative analysis, ideal types. Why you're not writing all those?
Oh, I missed those. Okay, sir. It was at the end of the paper, sir. Maybe due to time constraints.
Okay, and you also need to talk about the limitations of quantitative methods here. Rather than talking, see, they are asking about more of qualitative methods. So mention the limitation of quantitative, and then talk about qualitative. Then talk about the major qualitative methods, like in terms of Weber. You have ideal types is there. You should mention that. Verstehen is there. You should mention that. And then you talk about the problems of application of ideal types, comparative analysis. Verstehen, Weber himself never applied the method of Verstehen. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So overall, content-wise, some improvement is required. Content-wise is okay, I feel. But the way you present things is required to be improved. The presentation, see, this is the first test. So, you don't worry about the quality of the answer at this point of time.
Okay.
I've told you, before you starting the test, I've told you, don't worry about the quality of the answer. You just focus on completing the paper.
Yes, sir.
Once you reach that 8th test or the 6th, 7th test, by the time you complete the entire syllabus, you will get automatically good content in your answer and you will be in a position to write very good answer. So as of now, when you're writing for the first time, these times, don't worry about the quality of the answer. It will automatically improve. It will take time. It will improve. Only focus should be on completing the paper in time.
Yes.
You need to be in a position to complete it. That should be your main focus at this point of time when you're starting.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else you want to ask me?
Nothing, sir. So can I take the second test on Friday evening?
Yeah, whenever you want, you can tell me. I'll send you the PDF and you can write the test and you can. I'll do the same thing. Okay, I'll evaluate and I'll let you know when we can conduct the meeting.
Yes, sir. I'll take it on Friday evening. And one more thing, sir. Are you planning on taking Parsons or Parsons and Merton, the social thinkers, anywhere in the nearby future?
Yeah, next to social thinkers, very important, and I want you to do very good in that.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So are you working? Are you working?
No, sir, not currently.
Okay. You are in Bangalore or Delhi?
No, sir, I'm in Vizag. It is a city in Andhra Pradesh.
Okay, Vizag. Okay. Okay, Pawan. Can we stop
And
here?
one last question, sir. Sir, there were no questions on chapter 5. Will they be included in the next test or?
Yeah, actually, I missed out. I thought I've given you 1, 2, 3 chapters. Chapter 5, that question was not there. That will be included later.
Okay, sir. That's fine. So for
Stratification,
the next test, it will be only chapter 4, right?
Yeah, actually, this question paper was prepared for first 3 chapters because this was a old question paper. That 5th chapter was not included because it was a very small question paper, not a 250 mark.
Yes, sir.
So that's why that chapter didn't include it. I'll include it next time.
Okay, sir. So in the next test, it will be
So
only
can I
chapter 4.
include that along with thinkers? Are you okay?
I am fine, sir. It's your wish.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, sir. I'll be ready on Friday. Thank you for the detailed feedback.
Okay. Thank you. Bye. See you.
Okay, sir. Bye.
So do well for the next test. Okay.
Okay, sir. Sure. Thank you.
So how about your prelims? You simultaneously go with the prelims also because prelims is more important. Sociology, okay, you can take the test and don't spend all the time for sociology.
Yes, sir. I'm able to score around 100 in prelims, so I think I'll be fine. But sociology, it's my first time reading the subject and writing answers, so I was more worried about this.
Did you give prelims last?
Sorry, sir.
Last year you gave prelims?
No, sir. This is my first attempt.
Okay. Okay, Pawan. Carry on. Bye.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So that's about the session. I hope you understood everything that we have discussed today. If you have any doubt in any of the videos that we have discussed so far, you can get in touch with me here. That's my Instagram ID. Okay. Or you can join the Telegram channel. You will get all my videos over there. Everything is there. Or you can see here, this is the Telegram channel or this is the Instagram ID. These two are my Facebook page. You can get in touch with me in any of this. If you want to learn economy with me or history with me or general studies, any subjects, you can, if you need regular classes, you can get in touch with me, or the online classes are available with StudyIQ. You will get all those classes. Still, you will get my YouTube videos in this Telegram channel. Okay. So I hope you understood everything that we have discussed. So see you guys. Thank you.